Welcome to the Sports Daily Early Look with Taylor Cortland and Digby Beecham. We'll be taking a look at the Belmont Guineas. Race number 8 on the program there at Belmont on Saturday, the WAROA-BELMONT GUINEAS. It is, as I say, a very good morning to you, Diggers. We're fighting a few technical difficulties, but we're getting there.
We're here. Hopefully that's a good thing, and hopefully we can steer some of the viewers into a winner there on Saturday in regards to the feature. And it's an interesting edition of the Belmont Guineas this year, TC, because one, I think there's probably more acceptors than we initially thought there would be. In saying that, there seems to be 3 who are going to stifle the betting.
We'll take a look at them a little bit more in-depth very shortly. But first of all importantly, currently, and we race on a soft 6 Wednesday as we record this on a Thursday morning, it is a soft 6 there at Belmont. Probably doesn't get too much worse than that.
I wouldn't think it would get any worse than a 6, and it could be upgraded to a 5. Whether we'd get back to a 4 with a little bit of rain forecast for tomorrow is debatable, but I wouldn't think we're getting into that 7, 8, 9 range, no.
Taking a look at the market, $3.30, your favourite Rusty Dreams has been met with some early support. Vast Art at $3.70, upper limits $4, Demolish $11, Saintorio $15, and currently at $17 and upwards. The remainder of the field, first of all, from a speed map perspective, I was of the opinion XL Train might be your leader, but you might see it a little bit differently.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Look, I can certainly understand XL Train has drawn midfield and has shown gate speed previously. Was able to breeze, and then William Pike elected to take hold in the Raconteur. But you've also got a Saintorio second up at a mile. Different tempo here. There doesn't appear to be a great deal of tempo. It wouldn't be a shock if Brad Parnham sort of rolled across with a horse like Demolish, who was drawn to his immediate inside. Then you've got the filly Rusty Dreams, who we do know rides the speed. She's tough. She's in form. She's very good. She's a stakes grade filly. We know that. She's got barrier 10. It wouldn't be a shock if she rolled forward, or certainly Chris Parnham put her in a prominent position.
We'll start there with the Michael Lane trained Rusty Dreams to be ridden by Chris Parnham. She's currently your $3.30 favourite. She was at the mile 3 starts ago, and the stable probably wasn't overly confident about the 1,600 metres at that stage. Last start in the Raconteur, she was very good to run second behind Vast Art, was only beaten a Nostril Gun down late, but from gate number 10, a little bit of a sticky map, 1,600 metre box still needs to be ticked. Personally, I'm surprised she's as short as she is.
Yeah, there's been really good support for her. We know that Brad McManus went up with the prices yesterday from Tab Touch, and he had Vast Art, who we will touch on in a second, as the favourite. But the money, the data punters have come for Rusty Dreams, and you can see why. She is going to be riding the speed. She's rock hard fit, and she's going to hold a tactical advantage over the horse that got her in the Raconteur, that being Vast Art.
If Vast Art on the second line of betting gets any sort of luck, and that's probably going to look like a 3-deep train with some cover, up to the 1,600 metres, no concerns whatsoever for this gelding, and he's in cracking form.
He is. He's a soft track winner. He's a multiple winner at this distance, and he's flying. Darren McAuliffe's done a wonderful job with him. CJP has a great understanding. Great ride from Clint last start to get him off the rails and get him into that moving line, and he really attacked the line well. He knuckled down over the 1,400. He'd come back from 16 to 14 on that occasion. But we're talking extremities here. He drew 1 the other day in the Raconteur, the inside. Now he's got the extreme outside, barrier 11. He's probably going to have to take his medicine. As you said, hope for that 3-deep line to emerge, tack on. We know he'll be strong late.
Upper limits on the third line of betting, gets the services of William Pike, hits this race third up, and gets to a mile. Drawn gate 1, I thought probably 3 back the fence. Best case scenario, maybe on the back of the leader. From there, should get every possible chance.
Yeah, he's a big horse. And we'll have a chat to Jeremy Easthope tomorrow morning in the Hour of Power and just get his take on this fellow, because he's a big lump of a horse. Whether barrier 1 is going to be a decided advantage or not, but William Pike going on's a tick. The gate is a tick, and the manner in which he got to the line last start in the Raconteur is a tick. He ran effectively a length faster than Vast Art over the final 600 metres. Again, you would think he's going to settle in front of Vast Art in the run, and he's the fresher horse on the scene, isn't he? We've spoken about Vast Art being deep into a campaign, saying that racing very well. The same applies to Rusty Dreams. You'd think she's closer to the end than the start of her preparation as well. He's third up. He's got a third in a Faritha last campaign behind a horse called Bustler. We know he's a pretty handy type as well. And his 2 runs back this time in over unsuitable trips, you would think, 12 and 14. He now gets to a mile, have been terrific.
Ticks a lot of boxes, as does Demolish, who last time we saw this horse at the mile was half a length behind All the King's Men in Alex Piper, then went on to race in a Group 2 WA Derby, was beaten on that occasion, but Steve Parnham on the Sports Daily this morning mentioning that probably around that mile is his sweet spot. Gets back to the races for the first time in 70 days on the back of a trial earlier this month, which was very good.
Yeah.
First up 1,600 metres, obviously the query, but the horse has shown that he has the class to do it.
Yeah, exactly right. And the trial was terrific. He was just out there to stretch his legs, but he just looked lovely and fluent in his action. Now, you look at his first up record, 0-0-0 from 4 goes. I'm not sure if he's ever had the residual fitness that he's got now, and he's now at 1,600, which seems to be just about the perfect spot for him to kick off this campaign. Look, he's a very good horse. He's a multiple black type performer in the summer, or certainly the autumn. Is that going to stack up here? I would think it does. It's just a little bit of an awkward gate, but speaking to Steve this morning, he said no, he's got the dash in his legs to be able to pull one out fresh.
Can you make a case for any horse we haven't touched on just yet? At the bigger odds, I'll throw in maybe one cheeky place bet with SIZZLE Patrick, who comes through alternative form lines. Has basically had 2 trials this preparation. Was at the races last start at Northern, but that was over 1,100 metres. We know this horse is going to be much better over a bit further distance from gate number 4. Should get a nice run, and he's shown he's up to this level when very unlucky in Alex Piper Stakes last campaign.
Yeah, look, if I was to throw one out, a Maddie out, something that's capable of running a race at a price, it'd be the bottom weight Pandora Girl. She's still a maiden, and she's been racing out of a grade this campaign, but she's going very well. And I thought she closed with intent the other day off a slowly run race. So she's down 54.5. She's got a gate where she'll do no work. Look, she's unknown at this distance. But Dion's done a really good job with her, and it wouldn't be a shock if she ran top 3, but I think the market's just about spot on.
Yeah, so do I. Agree with those sentiments, but I'll be playing the race $50, keeping it simple, straight out on upper limits. I think he hits this race perfectly, gets the perfect jockey from the nice straw, should get every possible chance.
I concur 100%. I love the booking of William Pike. I love the fact that he's drawn a gate. No knock on the rides of CJP and Paddy. I thought they gave him every hope given the circumstances in his first 2 runs this prep, but he just, for mine, strikes me as a horse. He's got some upside. He's still learning the caper, but there is genuine upside. So I'm happy to have 50 straight out also on upper limits.
If you are having a bet on the WAROA-BELMONT Guineas on Saturday, race number 8 on the program, it jumps at 17 minutes past 4. Do gamble with Tab Touch, and as always, do it responsibly.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.